Do not adjust your YouTube. What has happened is the audio recording from this point on out is corrupted, unfortunately. So I have sped up the time quite a bit, and I'll just record something over the top of this here to kind of let you guys know what was going on. As you can see here, we're still just building up forces, manufacture as many goods as we can, and preparing for the inevitable war that's going to happen. Germans move a whole lot of troops along the border, whole heck of a lot of them. We attempt to get allies on our side, of course, as many as we can, but no guarantee that they will all join up. Make sure we have all of our guys fully enforced with all the weapons and ammo and anti-tank and artillery that we can. And, of course, keep working on the focus tree and research. Further ahead we are, the better off we are. Now, it is quite a while in here before anything happens. That is it right there, where they demand for the first time that we need to give up some of our border space. If you say no on that one, I have played these guys a couple times before, you pretty much die very quickly if you tell them that they can't have that first bunch of the country. So, in order to make it more interesting, I this time decided, you know what? Let's let them have that little section of the country, and we will see what happens if we keep going. So I just kept building up, get as many resources as I can, advanced as I can, so that when the time comes, we can defend ourselves and actually hold back the enemy troops. Now, it is kind of interesting because this game is really set up to be playing as the main players during the war. So when you play these smaller countries like this, it can get really interesting what happens and what you can attempt to accomplish with very little manpower and very little resources on your side. I'm attempting to get my neighbors to be my friends, which I think this is when... Nope, no, not quite yet. We're not going to war yet, but we are getting closer. I did speed this up very quickly, so it's kind of hard to see what's going on, but it gives you a rough idea of what progressed during this time. So next time you are not in the dark, you can always just shut this off because this does go on for a while and proceed on to what happens next, because there's some exciting stuff next time. Now, as you can see, I'm started working here on my effort tree, or I forget what it's called, but basically the part of the game that kind of allows you to have special abilities and everything. Your focus tree, that's the word I'm looking for. Now, the enemy troops are doing their thing. I'm exercising a bunch of my troops. I kind of made one army that's the main army, and then I made another army which is just exercising. And I'm attempting to get tanks and all that good stuff so I can actually go to battle here. And there's the focus tree again, going through that, upgrading all the stuff. This does go on for quite some time, but I put it at 1,000 times speed because I think I kept going for another hour and a half or so after the audio corrupted, unfortunately. So what can you do? I attempted to get Poland to join my side. Oh, right there. I think that's it. They demand the rest of my country, and I think I said no right there. Yep, that was it. I said no. So, unfortunately, there's a gap in here before where there's not many troops when they start attacking Poland, and I could have gone like, taking some German territory, but you can't go to war as a democracy without a lot of hassle. So, I was kind of stuck, and by the time I was able to do anything, not much I could do. So my plan was essentially the purple line down there was my second army, which they were going to be just in charge of attacking, pushing forwards. The other one, the blue or turquoise, whatever that light color is in charge of defending the border, making sure no one gets across. During this time, of course, I'm doing everything I can to just make my troops a little bit better, because every little bit helps, because this is a pretty hard fight. And I figured essentially if Germany was not fighting Poland there, I'd be destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. I think Japan just joined the war. Yeah. other things go on here. Oh yeah. No, and as you can see, not really much happens. Any fighting happens is going one way or the other. I'm trying to get to those guys on my side. Not much luck there. And yep, keep upgrading, researching. Germany is really hitting Poland hard there, beating back their ranks. And yeah, it is going okay. Not horrible, but I feel like just like any minute now, Germany's going to take over. Because if they put their full focus on me, they'd crush me completely. I mean, I have about one battalion in each little province or whatever you want to call them. And I'm just working to advance my military as far as possible, as fast as possible, which is slow going. One of the first things I went for in the focus tree was an extra research slot, because that extra research slot really helps you get going in there, really helps you to achieve as much as possible. Okay, yeah. Go along, getting resources, because without resources, not much you can do. I put a couple troops down there on that border, because I think at this point they entered the battle. And at this point, Poland, being fought from both sides, is pretty much overrun by Russia and Germany. And there's me attempting to push them back a little bit. So I'm going, well, there's not many guys there. Maybe I could push forward just a little bit, take a little bit of territory without having too much longer of a front. Because if I have a front too long, I won't be able to accomplish anything. And you see down at the bottom there, oh, I'm pushing them back. I'm actually eating up territory. Same thing on top, pushing them back. I'm actually pushing Germany back, which I figured, yeah, I'm going to be trying to survive. I'm not going to be actually conquering Germany here, because that would be ridiculous for Czechoslovakia, the great nation of Czechoslovakia, to actually take over part of German territory. But I'm doing it. I'm expanding my borders out, and at some point here, I actually start to get enough territory where I get some towns, and I even retook part of Poland right there, and was able to get more military factories and everything going. At this point, Russia is actually at war with Poland and the Allies as well. Somehow it's a different war, so I didn't get drawn into it, which is good, because otherwise Russia would have rolled right into the country and taken it all. So fortunately, I'm not at war with Russia, but the Allies are, even though I'm part of the Ally faction, and it's interesting. But, it worked in my favor. And look at these guys. I'm actually conquering with my tanks battalions part of, Germany at this point, because it is crazy. They're mostly focused up there on what's left of Poland, and that's why I'm desperately trying to push through what's left of Poland so I can help them out. Because you can see they have a little bit of territory right there, and I can't quite push through to get that connection to them so I can help them out, and they keep getting pushed back just a little more at a time. I managed to cut off some German soldiers right there, which is the only way you could delete units in this game, essentially, is to completely surround them and overrun them. If you don't do that, well, you'll kill off some of the battalion, but you'll never take out an entire battalion. And I'm just, look at that. I am conquering at this point huge chunks of Germany. Going all the way across there. I'm pushing out. You can see France on the left there. At this point, I decided I need to get to France. Because as soon as I get to France, the rest of the Allies will roll in with their troops and help me. Unfortunately, Yugoslavia right there pushing my border back. It's okay. Once they push me back far enough, it's a much more condensed border, and I feel a whole lot safer about it. Building more factories and stuff. Only problem is right here, I didn't realize it, but I forgot about Italy. I was pushing the German border back, completely forgot about Italy. Quickly rushing people in there. Gotta contain it before Italy just overruns my entire country behind the front lines, because that would be disastrous. Managed to get some guys down there, holding them back, doing everything I can, and I grabbed some of my tanks off the front line to rush over there and quickly help contain what was going on. And then I got enough troops, because I had some more that just got trained right there, throw them on that border. Whew, all is good. The Yugoslavian border is going well at this point because we're back into a province where it's just one province instead of two, so all my troops are condensed onto one. Yeah, a lot tougher against the attackers, I guess, that way. So I managed to hold them at bay. Of course, here, occupied territory, they're starting to sabotage factories and all kinds of stuff. I'm attempting to get air support going, which I was doing pretty well with. Friendly air support helps a whole lot, by the way. I really love having friendly air support. And at this point, I've almost pushed Italy completely back into their borders. And of course, it's German territory that I'm taking there, but it's working well. Pushing everything back. Still trying to fight my way through. At this point, things are getting tough again because my front line is so spread out at this point. I barely have enough troops to hold it. But on the other hand, Germany is fighting so many fronts that I'm a low priority. So they're going, they're moving their troops to the wrong places, and there's no one in this province, jump forward, see there. I'm manually moving my guys forward, no advanced orders, just jump up here, take this over. My Italian army there, I guess I could call it, for fighting Italy is slowly jumping down to Italy, trying to take some of that. And the main thing is just keep my main border without getting it too long, punch these guys through. As soon as I get through to the Allies, I know they'll send troops in to reinforce. Tempted to get those guys to push back, and right here I realized I had a problem. Suddenly, Germany broke through, took a huge swath of Czechoslovakia. I mean, look at that. That is disastrous. I'm desperately trying to contain it, running guys down and around to retake and push them back. It is absolutely ridiculous. If they break through, they can just swarm in. Now, if you can cut them off after they swarm in, it's great, because then you can destroy them. But at this point, I have a problem. You can see part of the country's cut off from the rest. If those guys get cut off, they can be overrun, because I can't resupply those troops over there if they're cut off. So slowly pushing back. Once again here, they broke through in a couple places, desperately moving troops to try and re-get some control of the border. And right there, that's what saves me. You just saw on the left, the Allies broke through, and you can see all of the blue battalions rushing in everywhere. And it is just amazing. Look at them all reinforcing the border, make it so I can actually focus on fighting back here and there. They're essentially acting as the border guards, pushing the enemy back every time they attack. Look, I took a bunch of Italy right there at the same time, and continue to push in as the UK pushes in on the other side. And right here, end up with a bunch of German soldiers sitting on Italian soil once Italy capitulated, which was very interesting. Attempting to push up more into Germany there, attempting to push Yugoslavia back down into their own terrain right there, and slowly obliterating the German troops which are sitting on Italian soil that's left there. End up with a little bit of Italy right there. The UK got most of it from their land invasion, or sea invasion, I should say, not land invasion. And slowly pushing everyone back along the borders. I ended up with two little provinces of Italy. This is great, bunch of manufacturing there and everything, so I could really get my factories going. At this point, what do I have going on? Oh, yep, checking to see what's left of Italy. There's a couple little provinces left around the globe. Some stuff in Africa, which will be overrun at some point. Pushing Germany back, pushing them back. I think somewhere in here, might be fighting toward Berlin right here somewhere. Up at the top there. Got a little bit of Poland back. Poland exists again. I didn't quite get them a city yet, but we're fighting our way up. Yeah, I got a battalion or two that's going to go conquer the rest of Italy that's left. These guys are trying to push into Yugoslavia. Russia, once again, at war with the Allies. Not at war with me, thank God, so they can't attack any of my Allied troops on my soil because we're not at war. That pretty much concludes what I recorded there. It is awesome. I have half of Germany, a little bit of Italy, and everything's good. Thanks for watching so much. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a wonderful day.